Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. It's no secret that Moon Lambo here is not exactly a big fan of the old SEC. There are a lot of asshats working there. However, not literally every single human that works there is some sort of evil creature. But at the highest levels, some of them, including Kim Jong-Ginsler, not exactly a fan. Well, one of the people that I've been more so a fan of than not would be SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce. She's actually, as reported by Fox Business, one of the 5 SEC commissioners. So there's 5 commissioners. They get to vote on whether or not to bring legal action on any sort of entity, business, person, whatever. Well, Hester Peirce, as reported by Fox Business Network, it was one of 2 SEC commissioners that did not vote in favor of bringing legal action against Ripple. So already high five right there, right? And she it does seem to be forward thinking. She wants to bring forward a safe harbor act. There's a lot to like in sort of in terms of some of the things that she stated regarding crypto, her general approach. But there's some people after a new interview within the XRP community who aren't exactly happy with something that she just really doesn't want to address. She was on the Thinking Crypto YouTube channel, and the host, the interviewer, Tony, basically asked her, hey, is there anything that you could blow the whistle on? Crickets. So I'll share with you the specifics, and Attorney John Deaton had some thoughts to share on social media as well. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I am not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And by the way, once you finish listening to this video, I'm very curious to hear what all of you out there think. Did Hester Peirce, once you get all the facts, do you think she made the right decision with her response, or should she have been more forthcoming or kind of explained why she took the approach that she did into greater detail? But check this out. There's this article from CoinGape on this topic titled SEC Dodging Internal Inquiry ? Which is why my voice goes up like that, because it's a question. XRP lawyer drops hint. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission has landed under the scrutiny of key digital asset industry leaders over its latest filed lawsuits. Meanwhile, the SEC chair and other officials have been hesitant to comment on it. Hester Peirce, SEC commissioner, in an interview refused to answer about certain activities that happened in the commission. On being asked whether there has been anything that's happened at the SEC for which you can be a whistleblower, the commissioner replied that, quote, I just can't answer that, end quote. And so there is this clip here that was shared by XRP community member JV, and it was just 16 seconds. And that's pretty much the extent of it. And Tony, host of Thinking Crypto, he said with the question, said, look, this is kind of an awkward thing to ask, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he's like, is there anything that you've seen at the SEC for which you could be a whistleblower? And that was her literal response. She said, I just can't answer that. And then given the stuff, if you're in the XRP community, you've probably been following for the last over a year and a half what's been going on in the SEC versus Ripple case. There's nothing to say about that. Is it? I get it. She's a commissioner at the SEC. She's put on the spot. Okay, but still, couldn't you have said something or explained why you just can't answer that? And so Attorney John Deaton jumped in and shared his perspective on this. And he said the following. Attorney John Deaton said, nothing is stopping Hester Peirce or anyone from saying, I'm not suggesting that anyone did anything wrong, but no harm can come from an investigation into conflicts, and if laws were broken or mistakes were made, we can learn from it and help prevent it from happening again. There you go. So let me just pause right there. That is correct. That would have been a perfectly reasonable response. It wouldn't have put her in any trouble, but it would have kind of, not sound like a dodging of a question effectively here. Because think about all the things that we've been talking about here in the XRP community, especially the appearances of impropriety regarding Billy Boy Hinman, who gave the Ethereum free pass speech, getting millions of dollars from his then former law firm Simpson Thacher, saying and doing things that would help them, right? Because that's what it looks like. Was there anything illegal that was done there? And serious concerns. It's resulted in a serious increase in the number of people that just don't trust the SEC. And I certainly include myself among those individuals that the agency from my perspective is just shot. It's just, I would just start from scratch, rebuild something else. Like because you're going to have to gut the whole damn thing with the people that are in charge and the mindset that they have. I don't even know what you do or how you're actually going to fix that. But anyway, Attorney John Deaton then said, I saw the other clip of Hester Peirce saying she couldn't comment. But months ago, before Empower Oversight got the Hinman ethics emails, Hester did comment that she always found Hinman and Clayton to be ethical. But now that it has been proven that Hinman wasn't, she can't comment. And I gotta admit, so I'll pause here. I still like Hester Peirce. I'm not trying to be overly hard on her. I thought the same thing, though. I'm like, wait a minute. And I was like, okay, I get it. You know, trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. She knows Hinman. You know, okay, fine. Say the positive things. But now, once this news broke, because she probably didn't know this either, that'd be my guess anyway. Now suddenly there's nothing to say there. It is a little bit curious here. And by the way, I'm not saying that I'm not a fan of her anymore. I'm just saying in this particular instance, it would be nice to have somebody in her position say, yeah, of course, we want to make sure that there's sufficient confidence in this agency of which I work, and I'm a fan, and I believe in the mission, all that. She could say things along those lines, but it's just kind of disappointing because it just seems like a missed opportunity, which is why I don't want to be overly harsh on her. Like I said, I really genuinely am a fan. If there's anybody at the SEC that I like, I mean, she's about it. You know what I'm saying here? And then Attorney Deaton continued and said, I have praised Commissioner Peirce for over 2 years. I've applauded her for speaking out in disagreement with Clayton and Gary Gensler regarding the lack of clarity within the digital asset space. I've cited her previous interview with Thinking Crypto in my motions before the court. I stand by all the praise and others have given her. Compared to Clayton, she had much more foresight. Compared to Gensler, she is a saint. But make no mistake about it, there is nothing legally or ethically preventing her or anyone from saying they support an investigation. So I'll pause to note, I do agree with that. I think Attorney John Deaton is hitting the nail on the head. And that's why I want to make sure also, this is not a video designed to just beat her over the head. I still am a fan. I just think it's a missed opportunity. And it's just been an absolute pleasure to see some of the stuff that she's put out over the last year and a half. While she understandably isn't speaking specifically about the Ripple lawsuit, and that's fine, I actually do understand that, she said stuff that's made it clear that, from her perspective, the SEC has not provided proper guidance, has not provided sufficient regulatory clarity. Those types of comments definitely will help Ripple in this lawsuit. You know, if there's no settlement that goes to trial, these things are going to come up. She's actually made comments, and she has to have known that would happen, right? And she's made comments. So that's why I'm trying to be clear. Like, it's not like I'm not trying to throw a bunch of shade out here. I kind of took it the same way Attorney John Deaton did. And then Attorney John Deaton said, if she was able to say she always found Clayton and Hinman ethical in her dealings, she could easily acknowledge that Hinman meeting his partners after being told to stop by SEC ethics looks bad. His firm being a member of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance also looks bad and supports an investigation. Yeah, so it really does seem to come down to she just didn't want to deal with it. That's what it looks like to me. So that's why I'm saying, she was put on the spot, but it was a fair question. It was a totally fair question, which is why I'm saying for her, it just seems like a missed opportunity. But, and looking back, so I was kind of looking through some older stuff too. So there's this article from August 9th of 2019. It's over 3 years old now. For Maybe Crypto, is titled SEC's Hester Peirce promises regulatory clarity. It says SEC doesn't want crypto businesses like Circle moving offshore. And so it's good. I like that she has been saying stuff like this, but it's kind of funny. I want to highlight another thing that she said that's covered in this article in just a second here. And seeing the behavior of the SEC over the last few years, I'm like, oh, you sound like Gary Gensler a little bit. I'll get to that in a second, but let me read this quote first. This is from Hester Peirce. One of the benefits of this kind of technology, so talking about crypto and blockchain, of course, one of the benefits of this type of kind of technology is that it connects people from all across the world. We certainly don't want people to feel they have to go offshore to put one of those crypto projects in place, end quote. Right, and so that is how people feel right now. Even in 2022, it doesn't make sense. It is not safe to start a crypto-related business in the United States. There is not sufficient regulatory clarity. Couldn't be more obvious. The only people that don't believe that are the terrible asshat attorneys at the SEC, and Gary Gensler, those types. The people, it's coming from the top, obviously. Those people, right. Other than that, anybody else is like, no, there is no. So it's obviously fake nonsense. But what was SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce saying back in 2019? And this is, of course, over a year before the Ripple lawsuit was filed. Well, check this out. The piece reads as follows. Additionally, Peirce advised crypto businesses to, quote, go into the SEC and tell them about their business plan, end quote. And in turn, receive guidance from the SEC to give impetus to their business goals. So pause here. Doesn't that sound exactly like Gary Gensler? It does. See, but there is a difference, and I think this is fair, given what we've seen from Hester Peirce. I think she meant that, and perhaps she was wearing a bit of rose-colored glasses in terms of, whether or not that would actually help for a business to go into the SEC and share the business plan, because we know now the businesses that went in and shared their business plans and were the most transparent, they were the ones that got sued first. And there was no path forward. There wasn't any actual help provided to these firms, Ripple and Library specifically. Very transparent. They just got sued. That's all that happened here. And so I don't think that she was trying to, screw these companies over. But if you're talking about Gary Gensler, he knows what he's doing. Gary Gensler knows what the hell he's doing. But if you're talking about 3 years ago, a lot's happened in 3 years. So I tend to think that, she was operating in good faith here. That's my suspicion here. But it's just so funny to see that compared to what Gary Gensler's been saying here. And then, I did want to mention this too, and I'm looking forward to this. There was a tweet from this morning from Charles Gasparino of Fox Business Network. And he wrote, breaking, Fox Business will be publishing John Deaton's rebuke to Gensler on Monday. Stay tuned. #XRP, and then @Ripple. The SEC treats crypto like the rest of the capital markets by Gary Gensler. And so this links to an op-ed piece written by Kim Jong Gensler, which maybe I'll share in another video. But Attorney John Deaton, he's going to have something published on Monday, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing that, and I'll be sharing with you my thoughts on that on this channel, where all the the hottest of jams. So there's going to be a lot to be talking about this week. There's so much stuff happening, but I'll go ahead and wrap up here for now. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.